Hey guys, what's up? Thanks so much for stopping by. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Dana. I'm so happy to have you. In today's video, I'm going to be sitting down and chatting all about some of my favorite cream products, whether it's for the face or the eyes. In the last several videos, I've noticed I've been saying the same thing over and over again. I'm obsessed with cream cheek products because I am, okay? I just love them. So today I'm not really going to be demoing them. I will have swatches for you, but if you've been keeping up with my last several videos, you've seen these featured at some point in time. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I think I'm just going to kind of bounce back and forth between several brands. There's both high-end and drugstore. I think for the most part, it's kind of like mid-range brands. So let's go ahead and start off with bronzers. My most recent favorite cream bronzer, this is a brand that you will see mentioned several times throughout this video. This is the Danessa Myricks Power Bronzer, and let me tell you, this stuff is heavenly. This is such an incredible formula, even if you're someone who has a very heavy hand. While it's pigmented, something about it just blends in beautifully to the skin. I'm never left with any sort of crazy muddy streaks. Even if I go in with a shade deep, as long as I'm using the right tool, it melts in perfectly. So one of my all-time favorite brushes to use with cream products is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. It retails for $6. It's seriously the best brush to use with any sort of cream or liquid product. Even if you're just looking for a new buffing foundation brush, I would highly recommend that one. But that is definitely my go-to whenever using any sort of cream bronzer. The density of the bristles are just right where they really diffuse the color out. So I have deep, medium, and light. Honestly, I should probably give light to a friend because it's too light on me. So I normally just go in with medium, but then I will barely dip my brush into deep just to get a little bit more of a deeper tone in there and just blend that right into the skin. I don't have any issues of it wearing off throughout the day. Even if you have oily skin, this cream formula is so lightweight on the skin, but has such a long wear time. I can't get enough of it. Love it. I'm pretty sure I did an entire video of the Tantour bronzers when they released. So I typically go in with a shade light or medium. Right now I've been going in with light. So as you can see, it is more of a true contour shade. It's not like overly orange or warm. It does have a little bit of that ashy neutral tone to it. This is another go-to. I find that the Danessa Myricks one is on the creamier side compared to the Huda Beauty one. While this is still very creamy and blendable, if you touch them side by side, you'll see what I mean. There's just something so magical about the Danessa Myricks one, but I still love the Tantour. I have had this for, since it released. I don't know how many years this has been out now. To be honest, it's probably expired, but there's no smell to it, and I'm the only one that uses it, and it still works fine, so I just find it silly to throw away a product that still going strong on my face, isn't causing any issues. But if you have yet to try this one, I highly recommend it. Whether you have oily or dry skin, it's another very long wearing product. Obviously, if you are on the like intensely oily side, you could always go in and set a cream product with a powder bronzer just to really lock it into place all day. If you are looking for a drugstore option, this looks so raggedy. I go in and clean it every now and then, but if you just barely bump the stick into the cap, then it's all over. The only thing is with this one, it only comes in 2 different shades. I have mine in Toffee. I believe the other shade is the deeper one. So this is definitely more of a true warm bronzer. Some people don't like that at all. I know there's still a ton of people that just prefer a very ashy, cool tone bronzer. I'm not someone who goes in and does like intense contouring. I just like to warm up the complexion in general. So I personally really like this one, and for the price, you really can't beat it. Okay, I think that's everything that I have for bronzers in here. Let's go ahead and move on to blushes. Starting off with the cream blush that I probably loved the longest, minus NARS Cactus Flower. But I'm pretty sure I talked about in my blush declutter video. I don't think they make that one anymore. But a great drugstore option, the Flower Beauty Blush Bombs. I still haven't tried their stick version yet. And to be honest, I'm not that interested just because I love this formula so much. I do have a few of the other shades, but the one that I've used the longest is Cinnamon. I just love this color. If you're someone that loves like tart exposed, you would love this one. So I go between a pinched, I can read. Pinched Cinnamon Nectar is really pretty. I'm pretty sure they retail either like $6 to $8, something like that. I saw the other day that Flower Beauty came out with several new releases, so I might have to go onto their site and place an order just because I love their foundation. I love those blush bombs. I apply those with my fingers, a brush, a sponge. Honestly, anything works. Okay, so sticking with blushes, I feel like I've talked about these over and over in so many different videos. I have both the highlighters and several of the blushes. I gave my mom one of the blushes as well, and she loves it. So these are from the brand Grande Cosmetics. It's the GrandePop Plumping Liquid Blush. My go-to shade is called Cinnamon Sugar. These come with a large doe foot applicator. The only thing is it does hold a lot of product, so as you can see, it does kind of get a little bit messy on the side. But while it's a small container, this is a product that you need the tiniest bit of. I personally don't go in from the doe foot straight to my face, not necessarily for like hygienic purposes. Since it is so pigmented, I like to go on the back of my hand first and either go from like my hand, my finger to my cheek, or dipping whatever tool I'm using onto there and then going onto my cheeks, just because it is such a strongly pigmented product. But it says plumping because there is this slightly cooling, tingly feeling to it. If you go in with a lot, obviously it's more intense, but I talked about whenever I first reviewed this product, the first several times, I think since I used such a tiny bit, since I was using one of the deeper shades, I didn't feel any of the plumping that everyone was talking about. I was so confused. But then whenever I used one of the lighter shades that took more product, I could feel it. It didn't bother me. Honestly, it's almost like if you were to put some of the Buxom lip gloss on your cheeks, where you get that just cooling sort of sensation. Obviously, if you're like globbing your blush on, it's going to be way more intense on you. But if you just go in with the average amount of blush, I don't really find it to be anything uncomfortable, and I don't know, I just really like the finish of it. It doesn't turn into a powder, but it does eventually set down onto your face to where you're not left with like sticky cheek. It almost leaves behind like a staining type of effect, at least with the deeper shade. So if you are looking for a deeper blush, but that's just still very flattering on many different skin tones, Cinnamon Sugar is beautiful. Okay, sticking to the GrandePop, let's just quickly talk about the highlighters. The liquid highlighters are just as beautiful as the blushes, and just like the blushes, they are very intensely pigmented. For whatever reason, I do notice that the highlighters dry down a bit quicker than the blushes, so you really want to go in and start blending it in right away. If you leave it on your face, you're going to be stuck with like one disco ball glitter right on your cheek. The shade that I use the most is called French Pearl. It's this light champagne color here. I love these. I love cream and liquid cheek products in general. They're just, I feel like they just make your skin look extra youthful and glowy and dewy. Those are all things that I enjoy. So one other blush. I say blush, but every time I talk about this, it's almost like a blush and highlighter in one. This is hands down one of the most underrated K-beauty products in my opinion. This is the Holika Nude Drop Lumi Cheek. I have mine in the shade Caramel Luster. I think there's either 2 or 3 shades of this one, but really, you only need this one. In the pan, it looks very pink, but on your cheeks, it gives your skin just this incredible peachy pink golden glow. Swatched, it doesn't look like much. I've worn this in so many different videos. Just like some of the other blushes, I either go in with my fingers or a sponge and just tap this into the cheeks, and it gives your skin the most like glassy, dewy effect. Whenever I wear this, if I'm feeling extra, I'll still go in with a liquid highlighter, but most of the time you can just wear this and it gives your cheeks just that beautiful glow. This is one of my most recent type of skin balm products. I did an entire video of the Kevin Aquan Glass Glow Skin. While I still love those, I do prefer the Danessa Myricks one more. So this is the Duet balms. She has them in several different shades. This one here is called Hot Water. To be honest, most of them look the same. Like Hot Water does have a little bit more of this like golden shimmer in it. That's why I really like it, but I feel like the clear looks pretty much the same. It's just a clear base, but you have just little flecks of shimmer in this one. So once I've applied everything that I got going on my face, foundation, concealer, even powder, this still applies beautifully on top of powder. I'll go in with my fingers, get a little bit, I'll kind of tap off the excess, and then I will just tap this right on top of my skin. And it just gives your skin that very pretty glossy wet effect. It's so, so beautiful on. Even if you're wanting that like wet eyelid effect, you could do it on your eyes as well. I just love this product, and I find it to be less thick than the Kevin Aquan one. I still really do like the Kevin Aquan, but honestly, I could probably declutter several of those and just keep this guy here. Moving on to, oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Well, no, that's fine. We'll still talk about this one. To Stila, this is their Heaven's Hue highlighters. I believe there's Pearl, Bronze, and Kitten. Bronze and Kitten are the 2 shades that I recommend. I feel like Stila has definitely lost its moment, you know, like they kind of came back with their whole shimmer, glitter, and glows, but after that, they kind of just fell off the map again. I personally love these. It has that same similar like spongy, cloudy type of feeling as, or cloud-like feeling as the ColorPop ones. These are just much more blendable in my opinion. Bronze is really pretty, but if I could only recommend one shade, I would go with Kitten. But this is a product similar to the Lumi Cheek in the way that I will use this as a 2-in-1 type of product. So this can be my bronzer and highlighter all in one. If this is universal type of product. It's something you could use if you just wanted to apply it all over your face and you don't mind having that glowy sheen to your face, or it's something that you can mix into your foundation, under your foundation, above your foundation. While it is a pricey item, this is easily my top favorite when it comes to the Charlotte Tilbury line. This is their Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is shade 5. I also have shade 2. I already packed because I'm headed to my parents, so I wanted to take that one with me. But in the summer months, I love to use this one. You could use it more as like a lighter liquid highlighter, or if you go in and apply it the way that I do, just like mixing it under and over your foundation, it is so beautiful. It just gives your skin this ethereal, like naturally glowy, dewy looking type of finish. This comes with a doe foot applicator, although if you're a regular on my channel, you've seen this product a million times. While it's pricey, this is a high-end product that I just truly love. One other blush type of product, these are the Jouer Blush and Bloom Cheek and Lip Duos. I personally don't use these at all on my lips. I've tried it once or twice. I just don't really care for the finish on my lips. It just feels, no, not my thing. These are incredibly creamy. They actually apply great on top of powders as well. I don't have any issues. I just go in straight from the stick. I smile, I like stamp a few times and then just blend in with my fingers or a sponge. I do still think this is a formula that would work on oily skin as well, because it's not an overly greasy or super creamy product. While it's creamy, it has a thinner base. Sometimes you get creams that are very thick, and I find that those probably melts and just like slip and slide all over greasy skin types. But if it's thinner, it's easier to blend out or sheer out, so it seems to last longer. If you are new to Danessa Myricks and you have never tried her ColorFix cream colors before, shame on you. If you have oily lids, this is a formula that will stay on for days, not days. Please be washing your face every night. Hours and hours and hours. This is such a long wearing formula. You can use them as blushes. You can use them as eyeshadows. You can use them on your lips. You can use them as cream liners. They are incredible. She has like duochromes, neons, mattes, shimmers. I have several of them here. Ballerina is absolutely beautiful if you just love a very iridescent, pearly type of pink. Nebula is another favorite. Cosmic is this black with teeny tiny shimmer particles in it. I have a ton of these. Do not sleep on these. While I know tons and tons of makeup artists know about this brand, I feel like the average consumer doesn't, only because a majority of those people either rely on what they see at Sephora, Ulta, or on YouTube, and I just feel like not enough people talk about Danessa Myricks. Her line and her artistry, 10 out of 10, amazing. If you are just looking for an incredibly pigmented, long-wearing eye formula, like I said, it's multi-use, but if you are looking for something strictly on the eyes too, you guys, you have to try these. I can't wait to do that video. I just need to kick my butt into gear and get it done. And then another eye formula, if you've been with me for any moment in time, Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks are just incredible. They are just a classic cream crayon format, tuxedo, cocoa, khaki. What's the newest one that I love? Hold on. I have a bin full of these things. I absolutely love them. Sienna, if you just want an amazing rusty copper type of shade, is beautiful. It's another product where you can apply it, you have that window to go in and blend, but then once it sets, it stays in place. You can apply it on your waterline, your tight line, and it's just an amazing product. If you are looking for just perfect everyday shade, I can't recommend Cocoa enough. There you have it. There's a roundup of some of my all-time favorite liquid or cream cheek and eye products. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you happen to like any of these products and you have something else that you think I would love that you've never heard me talk about, definitely leave them down below. I always love taking your recommendations and just hearing from you. But that's pretty much it. As always, thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. If you haven't already, I would love if you subscribed, or you could hang out some more, check out one of these videos here if you got some more time on your hands. And yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.